Chad Christian, CWC Technologies. I've been waiting a long time to get my hands on this camera. This is the Fujifilm XT3. I'm super excited to do an unboxing and first impressions video. I want to thank my buddy over at the Everyday Dad. If you guys haven't seen him, I'll leave a link right here for you. He does highly recommend this camera, so if this isn't any good, it's all your fault. A lot of people are raving over this camera, including DP Review just gave it Camera of the Year, and so did Tony Northrup. So we'll see what the hype is all about. So without further ado, let's get into the unboxing and first impressions video right now. So here it is, the XT3 with the XF 18 to 55 millimeter 2.8 to 4 lens. Now the nice thing with this lens is it has optical image stabilization, which I was very excited about that because this camera does not have image stabilization built in. So it looks like we've got your typical manuals. There's the camera. Let's go ahead and see what's over in this side of the box. This is going to be our lens. Here's the hood for it. Plastic. They don't usually come in aluminum, but the higher price lenses do. Now here is that kit lens. Oh, it's a nice, small, compact size. Love that. Have to love these smaller APS-C and micro four thirds style cameras because the lenses are so small. This reminds me of the 12 to 35 that you get with the GH5. So here is the camera. Set this aside just 1 second. Oh wow, it comes with a flash, which I didn't even know. Awesome. And in here, we've got our charger. So there's our AC charger. The battery, which I heard is not very great. So if you're gonna shoot a lot, make sure you do get an extra battery for this. You can see it just goes in just like that. Of course, you've got your shoulder strap. Now, my favorite part, the camera itself. Oh, that is such a beautiful camera. I love the look and feel of this camera. Used it at Best Buy and I instantly fell in love with it. So there you go, dual SD card slots. And over here on this side, mini HDMI port. USB-C, which you can also charge the camera from that, which is great, and a headphone and microphone jack. If you're going to be adding a lot of things to the system, is the door just comes right off. Now the screen does articulate, so you can see it goes down like that. It'll also fold up, reminiscent of your typical Sony style cameras, but this one is unique because if you push the button here, it also goes to the side. So if you're taking shots like this, I also think if you're shooting video, a lot of times you'll want to look at the monitor from the side. Say it's an interview style video, you would still be able to see it even if you tilted it just like that. First impression, the buttons feel good. Extremely tactile, I like that. Good feel, good placement. Holding the camera feels good. Your pinky is left out, which is okay. This is such a light camera, I don't think that's going to be a problem. The dials are incredible on this. So you can see you can push to lock or leave it open. I'm just going to leave it open all the time so I can quickly adjust that. So you've got your ISO here, your shutter speeds right here, and then of course your exposure compensation wheel right here. Everything's easy to get to. Buttons feel good. You can see on the front here, you've got another button. I'm sure you could change this to ISO or aperture, or whatever you'd like to do. You've also got this here for your focus settings. So your single focus setting, your continuous autofocus, or your manual focus setting. And on the bottom, you can see there's your battery door. And if you're using the battery grip, that's where this sensor will come in. You can see here that your tripod mounting screw is directly in the middle of the lens area, which I like. Well, let's go ahead and put this lens on and see how the whole kit looks, shall we? Nice click to it, there it is. So that's your whole camera. Wow, that's such a super light, compact, portable system. I really like the silver. They have it in this silver finish on the top, which is all aluminum. or you can get it in black. And it was funny when I was deciding between the two, the silver or the black. I almost went with the black because I thought when the sun is glaring off it might bother me. I just love the look of how that is. It looks like an old style camera. So what we'll do now is I'm gonna go ahead and charge up this battery, and I'll let you guys know a little bit more of what I think and my first impressions. Okay, so I've had a chance to use this now for a day, and some of the features that I absolutely love so far in just a day's impression. I love the mechanical wheels on the top. I know exactly what I'm getting into right away. I don't have to dig through any menus or look for anything. I can quickly adjust everything on the fly and I can see it. I really love that and appreciate it. The buttons on the back feel really nice. They're really clicky, and the joystick, which I was really surprised. Believe it or not, I actually don't like the joysticks on most of the video cameras, but this one, it's got a good feel to it. You can tell when it's moving. It's very responsive. I like that. I also love the fact that I can get into secondary menus extremely fast by hitting this quick menu button here. If I hit Q on the back, it pulls up the secondary menu system. I can get into everything else that I need that is not attached to one of the wheels. I love the fact that everything is customizable. I also appreciate this door coming off more than I thought I would. I'm always plugging in either a headphone jack, a microphone, or an external monitor. So this makes it easy for when I'm moving around. I move this around a lot to get different shots, and it just makes it easier. I just take the door off, leave it in my camera bag, that way I don't lose it, and I'm good to go there. The display is really nice and bright for me. Now I have not had a chance to use it outside, so I can't tell you if it's good or not as far as that goes, but I can tell you indoors it's actually really great. As far as the battery life goes, I haven't done too much testing with that. I have heard it's better than the A6500, but not as good as the GH5, so take that with a grain of salt. But the great thing with this camera is, and I've been using it this way while I was charging it so that I could use it, is if I plug in my power bank, I have a 20,000 milliamp power bank, I plug into the USB-C, I can charge this while I'm using the camera like the Sony systems can. The lens, the kit lens, oh my gosh, this is probably one of the best lenses that I've ever used, and some of the lenses I've used were up to $2,000. The fact that this is a kit lens is incredible. This is an 18 to 55 on this camera. It does have optical image stabilization here on the side. You can also adjust your aperture with this ring, which makes this so easy to use. So if you notice, there was not an aperture button or dial on this. You can change it right here on the fly. Now you can also change it if you want, if you're used to it in the front or in the back. So it is customizable, but I really like the fact that it's on the dial here. I can dial this all right in. This has a very nice focus on this. The smoothness is good. One thing that I've noticed though already is if I have continuous autofocus turned on, and I go too fast with the focus, if I'm zooming in or out, it does lose focus for just a quick second, but you probably aren't going to use that feature. Not a lot of us are trying to zoom in and out really fast. Just something that I've noticed right away. I like the fact that you can access the memory card slot here on the side. That way I don't have to take it on and off a tripod like you would with the Sony a6000 series cameras. You have to actually take the whole thing apart, pull it off the tripod, get it out of the bottom. The screen has more action to it. It allows me to use this in more angles than in my existing Sony a6500 and Sony a7 III. I can change between video and pictures pretty fast here on this wheel. The one thing that I do wish they would have done though is put the camera right next to the video, because I'm finding I have to look for it, which you wouldn't think you'd have to do that since this camera is so fast for everything. But so if I want to go from video mode to picture mode, I have to scroll through, and it's like in the middle. Either put it at the end, put it next to it, or make it a button. I wish there was a button I could say, hey, now I want you in camera mode. Well, I hope this video has been helpful. Click the thumbs up and subscribe. I'm gonna have a lot more videos on this. I have a lot of other camera videos that I can leave a link down below for you. The Canon EOS R, the Sony a7 III, the Sony a6500, the GH5. I've used tons of cameras. So if you're interested in any of those, I'll leave links down below where you can check those out. And in the meantime, I'll see you guys on the next video.